Hi.
Hello.
You got a GKBC Tag Tuesday. AJ behind the camera.
Hello.
I'm Graz.
And I'm Evelyn.
This is the daughter. And that's Jack. You can't see him, but that's okay. Tell you what. Hi, buddy. Want to be famous? Come here, baby. Oh. And this is Jack.
Jack.
Good morning.
Jackie.
Anyway, he doesn't really like being held, so. But yeah, we're gonna do a tag. Before I get into that, I'm just gonna say, I know that today's Tuesday and it's Marvelous Team Up Day. I'm a little bit behind. It will be out tomorrow. Tad's is out today, so go watch his. But we're gonna do the year-end tag. I don't remember who started it, but Nim at The Secret of Nim tagged us.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of these. There's a lot of prompts here, and at the end we're really not going to tag anybody because honestly, a lot of people are doing year-end stuff. So we're always grateful to be tagged though, because we're just little shits in the toilet of BookTube.
Did you have to swear?
No, I guess we could say little turds.
Exactly, like Merlin's family.
Anyway, we're gonna get into it. You do come here for the banter. I mean, because we're the first family of BookTube. I don't know if that's true. I'm sure there's been other families before. Not with 4 people as nuts as us, though.
No.
Okay. This is the year-end book tag. Number 1. I'll say the prompt. Daughter will give her answer. I'll give my answer. Move on. How's that sound?
Good.
Okay, number 1. Most disappointing read of the year.
Fairy Tale by Stephen King.
And the rules I put on myself is I do not use Stephen King. And I, most of the time, go in blind. I do have a prop for one. Most disappointing read of the year? Lonesome Dove. Honestly. And if anybody wants to know our reasoning behind our picks, say so in the comments. Because with 2 of us, this is going to be a long one, and we don't want to make it even longer. Okay, number 2, Underdog, Book of the Year.
Wow, I'm stunning, aren't I? Shadow from Warrior Cats, I think. That one was, I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. I almost read it in one day.
Well, you're gonna get a spoiler on my top 15 books of the year coming up, which I will be doing over the next couple of days. Because Underdog Book of the Year, my book of the year was incredibly an underdog. I didn't expect much from it. The Reading List by Sarah Nisha Adams. It actually rated out to be the second best book I've ever read. So that's it beat Bert Breen's Barn, which I'm sure everybody's tired of hearing about. Number 3, a book that was overhyped.
You actually have to read it?
I would say so, because otherwise how would you know it was overhyped?
Well, watching BookTube, you would.
Yeah. We have a couple that we hate on GP that we're never going to read, but we can't really. Nope.
You go first. I'm thinking. So you go first.
Overhyped book. And I don't use Stephen King. Alright, I'm not going to go with anything that was hyped this year, so to speak, but something that I read that was severely overhyped by people. I wasn't a big fan of Shogun by James Clavell. I know it's from 1975, but I mean, every thing I hear about it is it's this incredible epic, and it just put me to sleep. I had to force myself to finish that, and then it was, 1,200 pages of just so.
If It Bleeds, not the whole collection because I might steal from it again, but just the story. If It Bleeds. Hi. Everyone talks about how great Holly Gibney is, and
Hey, buddy.
yeah, we read that.
Come here.
That book sucked.
No? Okay. This is Mickey, if you can see him. Our cats are making appearances. Alright. Number 4. Favorite book couple of the year.
Frostpaw and Splashtail from Warrior Cats.
She let me have this. I know she did. Hades and Persephone from Lore Olympus. They're just finally getting around to it. Number 5. Favorite main character of the year. Holly Gibney over here.
Squirrel Flight from Squirrel Flight's Hope. Always can dip into the blue warrior cat.
Favorite main character, huh?
I'm okay.
No problem. Since I do this on the fly like this, I can't remember her name. I mean, I read so many books this year, I couldn't remember every main character if I tried. But I'm going to go with the old homeless lady from Swan Song, who was in possession of the glass thing that everybody wanted to touch. I thought she was amazing, so I'm just going to say her. I wish I could remember her name. Okay. Number 6, a book that surprised you.
Mr. Harrigan's Phone. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was.
Okay. Well, here comes this. Bert Breen's Barn.
BBB.
I read that in January. It was just one of my 1975 books, and honestly, it was at the time it was the third best book I'd ever read. And I'm not speaking theoretically or whatever. These are actual ratings, so it's now the 4th best book I've read. Number 7, new favorite author you discovered in 2023.
Rachel Smythe. Smith? Smythe. Whatever.
Steeler.
Hey!
I'm going to go with either Riley Sager or Alice Feeney. I got to give Riley Sager a little more opportunity, but Alice Feeney's been pretty solid so far. Number 8, happiest read of the year.
Lore Olympus Volume 1.
Okay.
That sounded good.
Yeah. Our basement stairs are right here, so things are coming up to say hi. Happiest book of the year. Boy, oh boy.
I know, that's a really stupid thing, because I don't read happy things.
I didn't... Well, I already talked about the 2 happy books I've read. Well, Time Traveler's Wife. It was a really good love story. And it made me happy. Number 9, the most frustrating book you read in 2023.
The Secret Window.
I think it's called Secret Garden, Secret Window.
Secret Garden, Secret Window, whatever. It was stupid.
Because I think Secret Window is something else. She's talking about the Stephen King thing from 4 Past Midnight.
It was stupid. The ex-wife should have died, and I hated it.
Okay. Okay. The most frustrating book I read this year, I also read in January. We went to Frankenmuth, and I opened up this book that was going to be a 1975 book that I needed to read. And I thought, and I had been screwed, because I bought it on Amazon for $10, and when I bought it for the Kindle, it said Judy Blume's Forever. So I thought that I had the book that I needed. Well, when I went to read it, somehow something got messed up, and I was reading this other book named Forever by Diane M.J. or J.M. Johnson. Simply put, the worst book that I've ever read that I finished. Just awful. And it made me madder and madder because it wasn't good. It wasn't good. The plot sucked. The woman does not need to be writing books. And then I find out at the end, it's not even the right book. So I had to go read the Judy Blume book, Forever, which also sucked. But, so it cost us $10, and it sucked. And it wasn't even the right book. And now I'm extra frustrated by it because I posted a thoughtful, in-depth review of my 1 star on Goodreads. And now that book is gone, and they took my review and put it on the Judy Blume book. So now it looks like I'm insane because my review is focused on the plot points of the book that I read. I'm not happy with any of that. Seriously.
They're gonna take you away.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a jacket that buttons in the back. Okay, number 10, best adaptation of the year.
Dolores Claiborne.
Okay, yeah, because it doesn't say new to this year. It's just the best adaptation that you watched. So I'm gonna go with, she took the good one. I don't really have one. I'm thinking. Do you have one?
The Body. Stand By Me.
Oh yeah, we watched Stand By Me this year.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, AJ.
You're
AJ
welcome.
to the rescue.
Yay.
Boy, that's like her life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just saving people.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, number 11. Now, number 11 is the same for both of us. Actually, it's the same for the entire GKBC. But because it's longest book you read this year. Now it's the same for all 4 of us, but because I read another book that was only like 20 pages shorter than the one that we all read, I'm going to say that so that we don't have the same answer. Go ahead.
Gone with the Wind.
See, we all read Gone with the Wind, and that was 1387, but I read something that was 1360, and that was Jerusalem by Alan Moore. So, I think I actually read 3 books that were over 1,300 pages this year.
And technically, I didn't read the end of Gone with the Wind.
Yeah, she did the Audible, but that people still count that as reading.
Yeah.
Number 12, shortest book you read this year.
Never gonna remember that. The Langoliers,
Okay.
I think.
Shout from a Rooftop by Bart J. Gilbertson, 27 pages. 13, and this is where we have our props. Favorite cover of the year. You first.
I like this picture of John. I was actually gonna dress as this for Halloween, but I didn't. But yeah, I really like this, and I'm probably just gonna restart it. But very handsome lad.
And then mine is Mongrels by Stephen Graham Jones. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Stephen Graham Jones. We'll see. I've read 2 of his books. this and The Only Good Indians, they're medium for me. But this cover is my favorite cover of the year. I remember when I got this. I think I got this. I can't remember. It might have been online. It might have been at Barnes and Noble, but there's no Barnes and Noble stickers on it. So, but I mean, just look at that yellow with the red and black wolf. It just pops.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool. You put that over
Mine.
there. What?
Mine.
I guess she likes the cover too. Number 14, a book you haven't stopped thinking about.
I think I read that this year, so I can count it. Did it? There's this book in the Warrior Cat series called, it's Ravenpaw's something. I can't remember what. But it's a graphic novel, and I really like it, and I'm planning on rereading it again. I just have to finish something I started first.
Okay, we'll go with Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. I mean, it was written in 1818. And we were talking about this when we watched The Tag. I mean, people are still doing stuff with it now. It's way ahead of its time, and I've got a review coming out about it. I don't know. Okay. 15. Cringiest book you read this year.
Mary Shelley Club.
Jeez. Thanks.
Filth.
He just slobbered all over both of us. That was great. What now?
Mary Shelley Club.
Okay. I'm gonna say. Wow. Man, I had this for a second. I read a bunch of these. How about Every Value Break, I guess, by Peter Swanson. The guy sucks. He shouldn't write. He just shouldn't. Where are we at for time?
You have 12 minutes left.
Okay. 16. Unpopular book you loved.
Sky from Warrior Cats. It's the book before Shadow. Not a lot of people like the new arc that's coming out, but I do, so.
I'm going to go with The Third Hotel by Laura Vandenberg. It was rated pretty low on Goodreads. And I didn't see a whole lot of really great love for it, but it's in my top 10 or 15 for the year. So, hey, this one's going to be kind of hard. You don't have to answer it if you don't want. Number 17. What was the highest and lowest rated books you read this year on Goodreads? And do you agree with those ratings? I can't remember this right offhand. Wow. Probably not, though. Because I don't usually agree with the ratings. And books like Lonesome Dove and Shogun are rated really high, and I didn't really like them. So, I guess we're going to skip around that question.
Mm.
This one's going to be hard, too. Number 18, favorite quotes of the year.
But I love you. That's your misfortune. Oh no. I love you, Papa.
Mm-hmm. But if you don't take care of Tara, then it will just be like dust and it'll be gone with the wind. I guess. She took mine again. 19. Book with the most unique concept.
Paul is undead.
You didn't read that.
I started it.
All right. I'm going to go with a book that I didn't like but I thought the format was really neat, and it's The Employees by Olga Raven. Every chapter is like this long, and it's just a quick little interview with one of the employees of this spaceship. And they're all explaining why the whole thing's going to be incinerated. It's pretty cool. I mean, the execution isn't that great, but I like the format. Okay, number 20, book that you read this year that you would reread.
Not Gone with the Wind, that's for sure. Or Olympus.
Okay.
I've reread that multiple times.
I think, honestly, even though it was... No, I've already used that. Also, we try not to reuse things unless we have to. I'd probably reread The Haunting of Hill House. I mean, you go into it, and the first third of the book, it's really confusing, and you don't know what's going on, and then it's a real thinker of a book, so you got to maybe reread it to let it fully get you. Number 21, reading goal reflection plus 2024 reading goal.
Well, I'm not going to really do the reflection because I don't have one. But for 2024, I want to read a bunch of Beatles books and a bunch of Warrior Cat books. I actually want to finish what I have with Warrior Cats. And I just want to read more, I suppose.
No, that's not. Don't turn it off. I know she said read more, but don't turn it off. Click. Well, I wanted to read 250 books in 2023. And I had the 12-12-12 challenge, and I had all these other things. And I just overshot my abilities a little bit, and I fell apart at the end of the year. I still broke 200 books. But it was mostly front-loaded. So for this year, I lowered it to 150, and I'm not going to hold myself into really strict TBRs. I'll pick a few books each month, maybe promise to hopefully read those, and then whatever else I feel like picking up. And I guess that kind of answers 22 as well. After 2023 reading, what are you prioritizing in 2024 reading-wise? She already said that. I'm prioritizing 1975, my Read What You Own shelf, and a really cool special project that she and I are going to do this year involving the Brontes.
Mm-hmm.
Announcement for that coming soon. That's the tag. If you haven't done this, then go ahead. Only time I'm going to say that.
Okay.
Just because everybody's doing end of the year stuff. What?
Go ahead.
Tomorrow will be Marvelous Team Up. And then throughout the next week, my top 15 and bottom 15 books of 2023, stats. The daughter's looking forward to that one.
Hate stats.
The stats, and a couple other things that I want to get done. But it looks like the daughter has an announcement.
Oh, I just wanted to say, happy birthday to my uncle. So, if he watches this, then he knows who he is.
Today is his birthday.
He's old.
He's really not. Don't listen to the 16-year-old. Everybody's old to her. Anyway, I think that's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the end of the year tag. Thanks for tagging us, Nim.
Mm.
We really appreciate it. Get better. Love yourself. Give yourself a hug from the Grozzles. We're all here for you.
Mm-hmm.
anybody actually out there, if you're struggling mentally, it's not weakness to ask for help. I did it. I know on these videos I look so composed and so just good in who I am, but anyway, I've been in therapy for about a month now, and it's really helping. It's nice to talk to somebody who doesn't have an agenda other than listening to you and to help you. So, and that's not a knock on anybody else that listens. Don't want anybody to get hurt feelings. But anyway, so yeah, just be kind. Love yourself.
Rewind.
Sorry, what?
I said rewind.
Anyway, I forgot where I was going. AJ's gonna get beat when the camera gets turned off.
Good luck.
Happy it's not me this time.
Well, you're laughing about it, so you're gonna be the instrument I use to beat her.
I see.
But yeah, just anyway, that's the end of the year tag. Read more.